Welcome YouTube friends. In today's practice, we look to embrace all that we can do and accept the things we're struggling with in this moment. I'm Sherlock, in case you're new here, and I'll be your teacher for today's practice. Continuing on with our intention to open our hearts, we use mini back bends to open our hearts and lead us to a beautiful recognition of our own inner power, both physically and emotionally. Our days can tend to be filled with helping others, and that is a magnificent way to live our lives. We just need to remember that with all the encouraging and help we provide, we need to look to ourselves and discover our own inner power. Lay out your mat, let your gaze go internal as we move and breathe through a practice of discovering the inner light of our true selves. Let's meet on the mat. We'll begin the practice with a short pranayama called Samavriti, which is equal inhale to equal exhale. Samavriti helps us calm the mind and soothe the body. So close down the eyes, bring the hands to the knees, lifting up through the crown. You can sit on a pillow or a block just to prop the pelvis up to give you a little bit more height and a little bit more space. And when you're ready, close down the eyes. Take an inhale deep into the pelvic floor. Follow the breath along the spine into the collarbone. And as you exhale, notice as the shoulders relax and the breath travels past the navel as the navel draws to the spine and back to the pelvic floor. Now, as we take the inhale, we'll do it for a count of 4 inhale and 4 exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Let's continue this breath now at your own pace. Connecting the breath with the body. If you feel that the 4 count is a little too short for you, you can extend that to 5 or maybe 6 if that's within your practice. Perhaps you feel like you've mastered the equal inhale, equal exhale. That may not be in today's practice, but it may be a little further down the track. If that's the case, you can invite a pause after each inhale and a pause after each exhale, starting with a short pause and working your way up to have the pause be at the same length as the inhale and the exhale. If you're inviting the pause, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Continue on with that breath for a few more moments. Good. Release the breath now. Eyes can remain closed. Just observe the body. Notice how the body feels. Perhaps there's a tingling sensation where you've created energy. Maybe it feels a little calmer in your mind and your body. Opening the eyes now, inviting the outside world in. Come to find child's pose. So roll over to all fours and draw the hips to the heels. It can be a wide-legged pose, or you can bring the knees together. Bringing the forehead to the mat, retaining the breath at the base of the spine. So we're keeping the breath in the pelvic floor. Inhale. Notice as the pelvis expands, the low abdomen expands. Exhale, navel draws to spine, and there's a slight contraction of the pelvic floor. Inhale, breath retained in the pelvic floor. Exhale, notice as the muscles contract, and the navel gently draws to the spine. One more breath here. Inhale now, following the breath from the base of the spine into the collarbone. And as we inhale, we're going to reach up onto the knees, sweep the arms to the sky. And exhale, lowering, hinging at the hips, sweeping the arms past the knees, bringing them to the sacrum. Inhale, rising up onto the knees, sweeping the arms overhead. Exhale, lowering down, bringing the palms to the sacrum. Inhale, sweeping the arms overhead, rising up to our knees. Exhale, slowly lowering down, hips to heels, hands to the sacrum. One more time, inhale, sweeping the arms overhead, rising up to the knees. Exhale, lowering down, hinging at the hips, hands to the sacrum. Good. Inhale, extend the hands out to the top of the mat. Rise up to all fours. Wave the body forward, lowering the belly to the mat. Coming into Sphinx. Shoulders over the elbows, forearms on the mat. Spread the fingertips wide. Take a deep inhale into the base of the spine. Follow the breath along the back body, through the back of the heart, lifting up through the chest. Exhale, navel draws to spine. Belly might fall away from the mat just a little bit, and that's okay. Just lifting up through the chest. Deep inhales into the base of the spine. Exhales, draw the navel toward the spine. Good. Lowering the chest to the mat now. Send the fingertips toward the back of the mat, palms facing down. We'll come into Shalabhasana, so Locus pose. We'll do a variation to start. Inhale, reaching up out of the lower back. So we're lifting the chest as we inhale. Lift the chin, press into the palms, press into the pubic bone. Exhale, lift the back legs. Good. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone as you find length through the spine. Exhale, navel draws to spine, slight pelvic contraction. Lifting the legs, pushing through the palms. And exhale, lower the left cheek to the mat. Just taking a little rest. Feel any sensations throughout the body. Inhale, coming back to center. Pushing through the palms, lifting through the chest. Finding length in the low back. Exhale, push into the pelvis. Lift the legs. Lift the heart. Chin forward. Breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine. Slight pelvic contraction. Good. Exhale, release. Lower the right cheek to the mat. Notice any sensations through the body, any fluctuations through the mind. allowing the body and the back to melt into the mat, however brief the moment is. Inhale, coming back to center. Coming into full locus pose this time. Inhale, push through the palms, lift through the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, lift the legs, energetically draw the inner thighs toward each other. Inhale, finding more length. Exhale, flip the palms to face the ceiling. Lift the chest, lift the legs, push into the pubic bone. Breath blossoms from the base of the spine. Exhale, navel draws to spine. One more breath here. Good. Lower down. Bring the hands underneath the forehead and allow the back to rest, coming into a neutral position. Notice the rhythm of the breath. Perhaps you recognize a difference in the way your heart is beating. Allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm. Bring the palms under the shoulders, rising up to a neutral tabletop position. Tuck the toes, sweep the tail to the sky, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Drawing the heels toward the mat, sternum toward the thighs, internally rotating the elbows to find the broadening through the shoulders. Gaze can be toward the navel. If this is your first downward dog for the day, bend the knees. Feeling a nice stretch through the hamstrings, through the whole back body. Good. Inhale, gazes to the top of the mat. Gently walk the feet to the top of the mat. Hinging at the hips, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Inhale, lower the hands, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins, find a flat back, long back from the tail to the crown. Exhale with control, step the right foot back, sole of the rear foot's perpendicular with the floor, engage the back leg. Inhale, sweep the arms forward, frame the face, rise into crescent. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back into plank. Whole body activation, elbows toward the ribs, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, push through the palms, rise up into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, sweep the tail to the sky, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right foot to the sky, three-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to chest, step the foot between the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms forward, rising up into crescent. Exhale, rotate the back foot so the blade edge is parallel with the short edge of the mat. Sweep the right arm to the future, left arm to the past. Warrior two. Inhale, extend the front leg, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, lower the arms to shoulder height. Take an inhale, hinge at the front hip crease, draw the hips back. Exhale, lower the front hand in front of the right calf. If you need a block here, you can place your hand on a block, or if you're a little bit more flexible, you can bring your hand to the mat. Good, so we're pushing through the back foot here to find stabilization through the inner thighs. We're opening the hips, stacking the shoulders. In Trikonasa, we are able to physically and emotionally release tension from the hips, and any tension we're holding on to emotionally. Good. Inhale now, lift the torso, rising back up to standing. Windmill the left arm to the front, short step the back foot to the middle of the mat. Stepping the feet to the front, finding a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Inhale, lower the hands, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva. Exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins, find a flat back. Exhale with control, stepping the left foot back, coming into lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms forward, framing the face, rising into crescent. Shoulder blades away from the ears. Exhale, frame the front foot, step back into plank. Whole body activation, take an inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, push through the palms, rising up into upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, sweep the tail to the sky. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Good. Inhale, sweep the left leg to the sky, three-legged down dog. Perhaps you feel a nice stretch through the right hamstring, the left hip flexors. Exhale, knee to chest, step the foot between the hands. Inhale, sweeping the arms forward, frame the face, rise into crescent. Exhale, rotate the back foot so it's parallel with the short edge of the mat. Left arm to the future, right arm to the past, gaze is over the front hand. Inhale, extend the front knee, raise the arms overhead. Exhale, lower the arms to shoulder height. Inhale, hinging at the hips, folding forward, push the hips back. Exhale, release the front arm to the inside of the front leg. Stack the shoulders, gaze can be toward the upper hand. Pushing through the back heel, finding stabilization through the inner thighs, inviting that hip open. Inhale, breath blossoms from the base of the spine into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine. There's a slight pelvic contraction. Finding length through both side bodies on the inhale. Breathing into the side body this time. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, rise, lifting the torso, rising up out of the posture. Exhale, windmill the top hand, rising both arms above the head. Exhale, stepping the back foot to meet the front. Hands to shins, find a flat back. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Inhale, lower the hands, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva. Exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins, find the flat back. Exhale, frame the front feet and step back into plank. Whole body activation. Elbows toward the side body, lower down, bringing the belly all the way to the mat. Lower the forehead to the mat. Bring the palms to the back of the head. And on the inhale, we'll do this a few times dynamically. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, lower down, bring the forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, lower down, forehead to the mat. Inhale, lifting the chest, finding length in the spine. Exhale, lower down, forehead to the mat. Good. Coming into Danurasana now, bow pose. Bending the knees, energetically draw the inner thighs toward each other. Reach back and grasp the ankles. Shoulders are away from the ears. Lift the chest, lift the chin. Take an exhale, and as you inhale, lift the whole body. So lifting the legs, lifting the chest, lifting the chin. Using the strength of the legs to lift the chest. Inhale as the breath blossoms from the base of the spine, finding length. Exhale, navel draws to spine, energetically drawing those inner thighs toward each other. Good. Bow pose represents strength and courage. So we can find strength in mind and body. One more breath. Exhale, gently release the knees to the mat. Bring the hands underneath the forehead. Take a moment to allow the body to readjust. Allow the breath to find its natural rhythm. Notice any sensations throughout the body. Good. Push up through the palms, just gently roll over to a supine position. So coming over onto our back. We'll do a dynamic bridge pose. So as we're going to engage the glutes. We're not going to clench the glutes because you don't want to engage them too much. We want the activation to come from the front body. So we're going to gently engage the glutes as we lift the hips and simultaneously inhaling as the arms reach overhead. Exhale, bringing the arms back to the mat. They meet the hips follow to the mat. Inhale, lifting the hips, sweeping the arms overhead. Exhale, releasing the arms, meeting the hips, and they both come to meet the mat. Slow and melodic. Inhale, lift the hips, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bringing the arms to meet the hips, and they both come to meet the mat. At your own pace now, inhale, slow and melodic, sweeping the arms overhead, lifting the hips to the sky. Exhale, reversing the arms, meeting the hips, drawing them both to the mat. 2 more times. Good. Let's take a moment here and allow the lower back to readjust. You can swing the hips and the knees from side to side if that feels nice. Feeling a little stretch through the hip flexors along the side body. Good. Drawing the knees toward the chest now. Grasp the hands on the outsides of the feet, so on the blade edge of the feet. If you can't reach your feet, that's okay. You can just grasp hold of the calves or the back of the knees. I'm going into happy baby. So drawing the knees toward the armpits, the tailbone toward the earth, and gently press the palms into the soles of the feet. And there's a slight push from the soles of the feet back into the palms. So we've got a little bit of resistance. Opening up through the hips. Breath blossoms from the base of the spine along the front body into the collarbone. Exhale, navel draws to spine. Perhaps you notice the tail drawing a little closer to the earth. You can rock from side to side now if that feels nice for you. Just gently massaging the lower back. finding a little bit of calm through the breath as we return to the natural rhythm. Releasing the palms from the soles of the feet. Draw the knees toward each other. Extend the legs out long. Feet can be hip width apart. Allow the feet to fall to the sides of the mat. Draw the arms slightly away from the body, allowing room for the pits to breathe. Palms can be facing up. Gently tuck the shoulder blades underneath the chest to encourage a little more of an opening through the heart. Chin is away from the chest, allowing the natural curve of the spine. Release the jaw. Let go of any furrow in the brow. And if they're not closed already, close down the eyes. Take a moment to observe the body. Acknowledge the postures it has created. Be grateful for the breath that has held you in each posture. Just coming back to that intention of embracing all that we can do and accepting what we're struggling with in the moment. Honor those moments. Come to recognize nothing is permanent. All is temporary. Allow the breath to melt through your body as it surrenders into the earth. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Observe the natural rhythm of its inflow and outflow. Begin to find movement in your fingers and your toes. Perhaps you rock the head and neck from side to side. When you're ready, roll to your most comfortable side and observe. Notice how the body feels. Witness any fluctuations throughout the breath. Maybe the breath is calm now. Pushing up through your free palm, rising up into a comfortable seat. Eyes can remain closed. Just take a moment to embrace your practice today. Find gratitude for coming to the mat. And acceptance for where you are in the moment. Inhale now, sweep the arms overhead, bring the palms to meet. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center, coming to Samastiti. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for today's practice, and thank yourself for coming to the mat today. Sometimes just getting to the mat can be our biggest challenge. I hope you'll be able to find a way to embrace all that you can do. So celebrate your little wins and be accepting of the little things that you might not be able to do today that you could do tomorrow, and perhaps you'll be able to do, perhaps you were able to do yesterday. If you enjoyed this practice, please hit the little like button and give it a share if there's someone that you think may benefit from it. And as always, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. If you want to continue on with your practice this morning, I recommend this meditation right up here. It's a great way to continue with the internal discovery from the practice we've just completed. Until next time, keep making magic in your world because it fulfills this world from your space at your own pace. Namaste.